This is the house that Kamurai built. Time to get started.
Hopefully this setup works. I'm back on my little handy Allure Tech cam, and got my phone acting as the lighting. It's kind of blindy, so I don't really like it, but I don't remember what I did the last time I got it to work with this. So, this is what we're doing. Catch everybody up on what happened with last weekend. Last weekend was Global Game Jam. It's a 48-hour convention to make video games. And unfortunately, we did not quite complete our game in time. We had a lot of technical difficulties once the judges showed up, because I was still trying to piece together stuff to actually get it together. So, like, we had all the pieces for the game by the time they showed up, but not anything that would actually run while they waited. So this week I've been trying to get organized with the files and everything and see if I can't smooth it out and finish piecing it together. We had assets we originally weren't going to use because why bother when we didn't have the time? Now we can, so I'm going to try to go back in and do all that. Work on getting the important stuff sorted out, like the movement and jump. Hopefully that gets sorted out, and by this weekend the guys can review it, throw some music in, and there'll be a playable version of a game there. And then it's just a matter of probably doing some level design and smoothing out where and where. And after that, it's probably just coming down to doing some level design and making sure that it's being utilized properly. Trust me, when it's all set, I'll announce it and I'll put a link somewhere. Oh yeah, so everyone must have heard about all the snow happening in the south and how ill-prepared us summer would be. Yeah, Atlanta got closed down on 4 inches of snow. Atlanta Metropolitan to appease the Atlanta mayor, because apparently they started shit like 9 a.m. before it really started snowing, getting gravel and snow laid out. And Atlanta Metropolitan did not. The Georgia State or whoever was in charge of the highways did not get that stuff taken care of, and that's where everyone got trapped, was on the highways. Which still blows my mind, because who's ever trapped in front should realize to either keep driving, or if they can't, they get out and push their car or get to the side and get someone else cleared. The person behind them can help push them. There's so many things that just should have happened, and while you can't really drive on ice without proper preparations, there's things you can do, and you can just drive slower. That's the problem with Atlanta. Not only is it traffic bad all the time, the volume of people on the road at any time is way too high, and then people drive like freaking idiots. They're like, I got a car, I'm gonna go fast, so I'm gonna go fast. You can't tell me what to do, I'm a Jordan. And that's the kind of crap you deal with all the time, because no one wants to be told what to do. They want to do whatever they want to do when they want to do it, and they don't think about other people. So they do the same thing in inclement weather, when it's raining, when it's snowy, when there's ice on the ground. And then they crash and they block up the road for everybody. Now granted, you probably weren't getting too far even if you were being careful a lot of places, especially because, I don't know if anyone out there knows this, but Atlanta Metropolitan has a lot of stupid hills that don't need to be there. And I'm not just talking about like, oh, well that goes uphill. I'm talking about, well, it goes uphill and then it goes down and then it goes up and then you get to a lower elevation than you started. This place is pretty ridiculous on a couple of different levels. Other than not being able to shower, I came out okay. They closed down the office because a lot of people work like kind of far away on the other side of the metropolis, which can be like 2 to 4 hours if you get stuck in the wrong traffic normally. One of the guys that didn't come in today, granted he was working from home. Personally, not a whole lot going on except trying to keep up with their schedules. I did realize a couple things. I did sort of realize a couple things though. Kind of miss me. I have a picture of myself in my head from back when I got out of the Army, and I had a girlfriend that kind of trained me into certain behaviors, and not all of them were bad, but there's a lot more just being more passive and less confrontational and a lot less upfront. Shocker to think I could be less. Kind of want to get back to that where I'm not as concerned. I think it would be a better feeling in general. But I did also realize too that I want to get away from this sucks and that sucks, and yeah, cursing in general, it's just white noise. We kind of ran into this on my Sword Art Online video if you want an example. I don't want to say things are like necessarily like bad unless I really feel that way. If I say bad and I mean I don't have a very high opinion of that, that's what I want to say. It's like, oh, I didn't like it, instead of like, oh, that movie was horrible. Instead of shitting on somebody's thing or just saying like their opinion's wrong, you're like, oh, glad you liked it, but I couldn't get on board with it. Something along those lines. I think it's more honest, and it's more my flavor anyways. There is another Global Game Jam at the end of February that kind of got into discussions with a buddy of mine about, and I'm on the fence about whether or not I want to get into it. I want to make sure we finish up this game and by the end of next weekend at the very latest. I just need to button down and get a lot of it done that I need to get done. One of the things I am excited about is that we're kind of getting back to doing a game night once or twice a week, and talking about doing some Dokapon Kingdom, which is really nice to get to play that again. Honestly, I want to get back to looking at how to fix it and make it even a better game, because I had some thoughts a while back, and doing a digital board game could be fun. In the style so much like Dokapon is, at least. I realized I need to construct some borders for my card game boxes, because they don't hold the cards correctly. I'm tired of them getting smashed around and possibly damaged. So I'm slowly looking at small ways I can repackage my board games, especially with things that have multiple expansions. Like I finally got all my Small World stuff to fit in one box, but if I pick up the 6-player map, I don't know where it'll go. There's not, it's already lifted as it is. I did recently start playing Hearthstone, so I'm hoping I can do a review on that soon, but I've got to get the Peggle one edited, posted. I need to start doing that once a week. Once a week I play a game that I haven't played before, even if it's just to get a first impression of it, give it a go. I've got enough games on my playlist that I could probably do it, even though I'm not going to finish any of those in a week. But I could play like the first opening bit. And the more I say that, the less I like it. So I may not do that after all. I may actually go back to looking at doing not educational videos, but how to play videos. And I get to try my gaming format, which I'll leave as a surprise. I won't talk about that anymore here. Eventually I'll figure out I have too many hats on and take a couple off, but till then I'm just going to do everything I can and try to have fun with it. The sad part is it really feels like I cut down a little bit, so me and craziness. I'll get better at doing this sort of thing. I'll get better at doing reviews. In fact, I think I am. I think I'm getting better at doing one take in between each section, or just cutting it after I drop off. But hopefully I'll get some videos that aren't so rushed this next week, and I think it all comes down to what we've got going on. I think that's it for me. I'm Kamurai. If you don't like me, bite me. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.